Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. What a mouthful. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about 25 bucks or so. I stress early access, that means everything that you're about to see is subject to change. If I had to sum this game up, it's this war of mine, but set in the zombie apocalypse. So if you enjoyed this war of mine, I think you'll like this too. Now, one thing I want to praise right off the bat, the custom difficulty settings are numerous and amazing. I'm a big stickler when it comes to difficulty settings. The older I get, the more I don't feel like beating my head against a wall in order to play a game. I love sliders. I can't say enough about a game that uses difficulty sliders. In this game, you can set it to be casual, hardcore, but you can take that a step further. If you think, the zombies aren't hitting hard enough, you can change it a little bit, but you can't change it end game. You can only change it, pre-game. So I love that. That's great. And then once you decide on a difficulty, you will choose, I guess, a couple to play as. And each one of them, each character in this game has different pros and cons. Like one's a gunsmith and is great at shooting, but his morale doesn't recover as quickly. So you kind of have to take a look at the different survivors. Again, this war of mine had a very similar concept. Bunch of, a couple of survivors. What do they have? And take the best one that suits you best. So this game is broken up into a day and night cycle. However, what's different about this compared to this war of mine is that in the day, you queue up actions and then your characters do the thing. And then when night comes around, you queue up character actions and they do their thing. And then daytime rolls around, you queue up. So it's not, you don't only scavenge at night, is what I'm saying. You can scavenge during the day if you've assigned someone to that task. So that's interesting. And each place will tell you, like whenever you click on a location on the map, it'll tell you what resources are probably still there in general. What's cool is you can actually move from base to base. So rather than being stuck in a home or a large building like you were in this war of mine, you'll be able to migrate from location to location. And, that way you can kind of get larger places, possibly hold out a bit longer. But like in this war of mine, you're going to be crafting various stations like medical areas, gun benches, weapon benches, lock picks. If you've played this war of mine, just take a drink of water every time I say that, because we don't drink here on this family-friendly channel. So yeah, you're going to be queuing up actions regardless of whether it's day or night. And if you happen to scavenge as one of your actions, at the end of that, I guess that half a day, you'll go out and you'll do things. And of course, you'll have to maintain the barricades because the zombies will attack every now and again. So there is a threat there. You have to make sure that you leave people behind in order to handle that. And of course, they have needs. They need to sleep. They need to eat. They need to all that stuff. They have health. So the combat or the scavenging part of it, I like this game a little better than this war of mine because I felt like the combat in this war of mine was a bit janky. I always when I try to commit some kind of stealth kill, it would always I would miss a button press somewhere or something didn't work right and they noticed me and then I died. I never won combat in this war of mine. In this game, I felt like I had more control over my character. So that is a step in the right direction. But it's still the same concept. You're going to be walking through these locations. You're going to be taking things, choosing what you have to leave behind. It's common. You're going to sit there and go, okay, do I leave this bottle? I'll come back for it next time I decide to scavenge this location. Of course, there's stealth kills in this as well. There's going to be zombies noticing you and, so you kind of have to move around stealthily around the location. And it can be hairy, especially when 3 or 4 zombies notice you at the same time and they start chasing you. And it It's fun in the sense that, it's tense every second. Like, you think you're doing well, but then you mess up. Like, you go to sneak away from one zombie, and then two more are waiting right behind this other door, and now you're sort of sandwiched between three zombies. And those are the moments that are like, I don't know, they really stand out to me. So, do I recommend this game? Yeah, based on the difficult. Granted, $25 in my opinion is a bit expensive, but the fact that the custom difficulty sliders are there, and it's a step up in combat and character control compared to this War of Mine. Now, I still think it's a bit light on content. Like, I was browsing through the various crafting stations. It's still very generic that way. And even though it's zombies, I got more atmosphere out of this War of Mine than I did in this game. Like, when I played this War of Mine, I felt for my characters. Here, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'll try and keep them alive, but I really don't care about them all that much. There's just something about this War of Mine that really, like, drew me into the narrative. So, take that for what you will. I'm still going to thumb it up because I think it can do a lot of good things. And it's still early access, so it has room to grow. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.